From my public library, my mom checked out on DVD The Sea of Trees. This is directed by Gus Van Sant. I might be saying that wrong. Starring Matthew McConaughey, Ken Watanabe, and of course Naomi Watts. And that makes this the third and final leg in the Naomi Watts trilogy that we are doing thus far. This movie, I believe it premiered at like Cannes Film Festival in 2015. Then it comes out on like DVD, straight to video, starring Matthew McConaughey, one of the biggest stars right now, and Naomi Watts, and it's straight to video. I'm telling you guys, the movie star is a dead concept. It is retired, it is finished. So, yeah, it was panned by critics, okay? This is a bit sappy and melodramatic, and like many of these Naomi Watts films I'm discovering here, really play up the white race relation identity issues here. Like, we need to appeal to a white crowd, so hey, we got this guy who's suicidal. He's had experience loss in his life. He goes to this forest, this infamous forest in Japan where people commit suicide, and there's these warning signs saying, hey, it's not too late, your parents love you, stuff like this. Well, he goes in there, starts taking some pills, and he sees this guy who's got his wrists cut up and he's in bad shape. He's like, oh, hell with it, I'm gonna save this guy, I'm gonna help him out. And that's what he does. So he's like, you know what, oh man, there's people everywhere. I'm gonna help this guy, but this guy's not giving him much to work with here. He's like, hey, I don't want to die, I was trying to kill myself, there's a difference. I dishonored my family. Okay, well, hey, go up this trail. Oh, hey, well, we tried to go up the trail, but oh, it's missing. The trail's messed up now. And it's like, well, so the trail shifts around? Like, that doesn't really make sense. What am I going to do here? There's too many people. Oh, hell with it. So we got this trail shifting around. And Matthew McConaughey's trying to help him out. But with the trail moving, there's too many. I don't like doing this with people around, honestly. They can't seem to escape. And then there's some rain comes, it's cold, and they spend the night in the forest. They kind of get washed away. Matthew McConaughey helps him. But the guy's in bad shape and all this. And during the whole movie, we have these flashbacks with Matthew McConaughey, and we find that he has this wife, Naomi Watts, and they're having some marital issues. He cheated on her with a colleague at some point. It seems like he is a teacher at maybe community college or high school, and Naomi Watts makes most of the money. We also discover that she has been diagnosed with cancer and that he is having a tough time dealing with this. But it's boring flashbacks because there's nothing much that really comes of any of this. Like, we don't have a great thoughtful moment. There's a whole lot of she was asleep and I'm just kind of leering over. Stuff is done in a very boring manner. So even though this may not be the most boring movie ever, it can sure feel like it at times. So, oh geez, there's kids. What am I gonna do here? There's kids everywhere. So shit. So Matthew McConaughey, we're then back in the forest, and he comes across a walkie-talkie and things, and he's, telling Ken Watanabe about his wife and all this stuff. He's able to signal the forest park rangers, and they come to the rescue and all this, or they're coming. And we see more flashbacks. Matthew McConaughey has his wife, she's got her shaved head, and she's in the hospital. They say, hey, the cancer's gone. Oh, but we're going to take you to this other hospital in an ambulance for the hell of it. And he's following this ambulance in his car, talking on the phone, and she sees out the window, sees him. And then what didn't you know? A big truck hits the ambulance and she dies. Why was she in an ambulance? It's weird. Like, if she was fine, then why did she need to move locations? It doesn't add up as a story. So, the park people come by, rescue Matthew McConaughey. They say they never found this other guy in the forest. Well, once Matthew McConaughey gets healed up, he goes back into the forest looking for him, turns over this coat he'd given him, and it's a flower. And there was talk about how at his wife's funeral, she had a favorite flower. I'm guessing this is that kind, or something along these lines. And then Matthew McConaughey's rebuilding his life. He's planting flowers, la-di-da. And you're supposed to be under this impression that, oh, through the help of his wife's angel, we can surmise that Ken Watanabe was her, acting in kind of like under disguise of him in some way. But if that was the case, and they were trying to get out of the place, why did they have to cut the trail off? Was it because only Matthew McConaughey wanted to leave at that point? Well, you really had to make him earn it that hard? I mean, yeah, there's some tropes here. It's sappy. Yeah, I think you guys might be able to stomach it in some ways. And the acting's not awful. I give The Sea of Trees 2 out of 4 stars.